We are the Nerd Eternal Network.
Hello, and welcome to Icons Earthbound here on the Nerd Eternal Network. I'll be your GM for the day, Jason, and with me as usual will be Curtis playing Landshark.
Hola.
Taylor playing Unison.
Howdy, howdy.
Mike playing Independence Ray.
Hello.
And Zach playing Recluse.
Good, whatever time of day it is, whenever you hear this.
Alright, real quick, because we got a lot to cover today. Who remembers what happened last time?
We made plans.
You did make plans.
And we blew up a mountain we didn't have to.
Well, blowing up the mountain was probably not a bad idea. Well, not the entire mountain, the base of the mountain. Blowing up the Rook's plane was what you didn't need to do.
That was an oopsie.
But yeah, you got... The base was getting attacked by three people that you assume are related to the Blue Ensign.
And I'd like to point out it was collateral damage that Landshark had nothing to do with.
That's true. It was not Bruce this time.
It was, in fact, all Recluse's plan.
So Recluse going to have some splaining to do. So much splaining to do. But yes, you had organized with pretty much everybody currently rebelling. Arranged for everybody to meet in Memphis, Egypt at about the same time. And then we had ended the session. Landshark had whipped up not an actual sandstorm because he can't do anything with wind, but he had the big dust cloud wave heading towards the city, and he was making like a shark's head in the cloud. Probably because Bruce has seen the movie.
It was the shark hello.
Now I believe that you had divided your team up. I'll be right back. I go grab something I forgot to grab.
The whiteboard to help you. We have a lot of bodies in a lot of places.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that.
Before we get further,
because
this is like our last chance to do it, I want to retcon some minor thing real quick.
Maybe. What you want?
Before our assault, Bruce would like to apologize to Unison.
For everything?
No, not for everything. He's not that self-aware. Be like, I'm sorry. I should have respected your privacy and your secret identity, and I was wrong for trying to learn your name and see your face. I'm gonna make it up to you by doing you a solid. I'm going to give you a non-secret identity. From now on, you're going to be George.
That's close enough to my real name that I won't fight you about it. But hey, you've literally seen where I live when I was a child. You can look up who owns that property. You can figure out my name. So I'm gonna go ahead and just tell you. You can just call me Jordan.
Oh, wow. I did get close.
Yeah, you gave a fairly basic white man name. You were gonna get close.
Evidently, Bruce is a great white shark. Well, he was very pleased to know that your name is Jordan.
You'll never guess what my last name is.
He's happy just knowing Jordan.
All right. So y'all were dividing up into a defensive team that was there to protect Wolf Witch, Mott, and the Crucible. And Crucible's a little flunky. And that was the J303s, John Modison, Molly Hilldaughter. Well, me oldest Hilldaughter. Everybody calls her Molly because that's pronounceable. Dr. Brain, Geist, and Foresight.
And a unit. Because there will be a unit in every team.
Okay. And then you had the Chaos teams, which were supposed to be going and wreaking havoc in the city. Not hurting people, but trying to, destroying government property and trying to lure some other forces out to deal with you. And that was made up of the 3 Majestics, most of the rest of the Unisons, Landshark, Independence Ray, the Platypus, Recluse, Hindsight, and whoever else Hindsight was bringing with him. You're not really sure who all's in his
I
cell.
thought Hindsight was on Team Defense.
That was Foresight.
Given that.
There are a lot of characters with the name Sight running around right now.
Yeah, Foresight's the psychic, kind of Daredevil Batman type. Hindsight's like an old man that used to fight the multiple dimensional man.
And how about Frost Giant and Serpent Boy? Did I miss that mention?
No, I forgot to put them on the list, even though I know they came up last time. Where would we have put them? Probably Team Defense, simply because they're divinely empowered, so that memory wipe spell she used wouldn't affect them. On the other hand, Frost Giant being a grower, he'd be might be able to maximize his ability outside.
Yeah, if anything, I could see Frost Giant being Defense and Serpent Boy being Chaos.
Okay.
If Frost Giant's willing to let Serpent Boy be out of the sight.
I'd say he's probably willing to extend the leash a little bit more with Serpent Boy. A lot more experience under his belt than he did back in season 2.
I believe Farron Steele was going to be in the Chaos group.
Yes.
And when he shows up with that lady, the tech lab assistant of his that also has a superpowered armor. And then as backup floating above the city, you've got Unison Prime, I'll call him, and Aurora.
And two more units, because I'm keeping as many eyes in the sky as possible.
Right. You're
While
super
still handling jobs.
You're super paranoid that somebody unexpected will fly in.
Yep. Because we haven't seen him yet, and he exists.
And your character's always super paranoid about him.
Multi-dimensional man also. Was that Team Chaos?
Yes, he was Team Chaos. And the way I want to do Aurora, she can be called in to help anybody. Think of her like a power with a recharge. Well, you can call her in for a quick strike on somebody. She'll sonic boom down, try and pop somebody, and then kind of return to her station. And, a roll will be made to see when she's available again.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if one team is getting completely wiped out, and her and Unison want to fly down and just join that melee, that is an option as well. Now, Team Chaos is spread across the city, so there's y'all are in little clumps. The Majestics are working together. Are all the player characters going to stay together, or are y'all going to split up with different NPCs? How do y'all want to do it?
I was thinking that Ray would be take advantage of his flight to fly around and blast as many different parts of the city as possible, just to give the impression that we're a larger force than we are.
Okay. All right. So Ray's going
we're-
solo.
Yeah.
What were you about to say, Zach?
And unless the team wants to stop me
Oh Lord.
after the cloud, I'd like to do a small earthquake. And by small, I mean I just want people to feel it. I don't want to tear anything up. Just to let the witch know that the shark is back.
And it would probably help keep the civilians just sheltering in place.
Mhm.
True.
And it'll help you break every Fabergé egg in the city.
Yeah. Each of which contains an
Oopsie.
evil spirit.
That's another season's problem.
Yes.
All right. Let me take a quick look at uncontrollable. So I can remember exactly what that does.
I believe it's like once they are put into a panic, it goes off wildly.
Well, it just means I can
Go
activate
off
it.
wildly.
It just means the GM can activate it. Not under their control. I feel like the way we have always described it is it's when Bruce gets emotional.
That's fair.
And I'm trying to decide how excitable is Bruce right now.
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. I mean, to be honest, he's very excited about the impending encounter with Adita, and of course he's really pleased with his shark cloud that he made.
Yeah, but the shark cloud thing went really well. So I would say he's excited, but riding high on his confidence.
Yeah, he's not scary.
So yeah, go ahead and give me a roll with your earth control. Oh yeah, I gotta give you a difficulty. But this isn't too difficult.
That's right. I am designated to roll for once.
Let's see. Do I need to give you control of the sheet? Nah, it'll probably just be. I've got the sheet pulled up. It'll just be easier if you just roll a d6 and I'll do the additions.
Not a problem.
All right, so 8's the number to beat. Zach rolled you a 5 plus your 9 in earth control. So yeah,
Is earth control 9 or is that earthquake? I think earth control is just 8. Or am I wrong?
no, you're right. I was reading earthquake. You're right. It's 8. But that still means you hit the difficulty without a die roll. So that's a massive success. You shake the entire city, evenly at just the amount you wanted. Just regular little shudders.
Just break those Fabergé eggs.
Yeah, no windows shatter, but you probably cracked a couple.
They just don't make magic windows like they used to.
Well, the windows were made using magic, but not necessarily made magical. All right. So, you start off, the sand cloud comes in, which is scaring people inside. As soon as you land, and the cloud kind of just disperses, and I'm picturing it like flinging sand kind of all over the city.
Yeah, it probably made a mess.
And then Bruce does the little earthquake, a little mini quake. All your other teams radio in that they're moving into the city. Now, Mike, what kind of targets is Independence Ray looking at to attack?
Uh, I'm gonna say, well, vehicles are, I don't have a shooting power, but vehicles are at least potentially in our genre, um, flammable bombs waiting to be made. So I'll focus on vehicles,
Okay.
unoccupied vehicles.
Yeah, yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
are we
yeah.
just calling property damage?
For this, yes.
That's what
Okay.
Team Chaos. You're supposed to be drawing people out.
And if things work the way we want them to work, well, I guess that we do have to find out our outstanding question of does everything revert back and is undone or just going forward? But you know what? Again, as you just said, that's tomorrow's problem.
Yep.
Or next.
And remember, Memphis, as Curtis educated us, Memphis is a ruin in the modern
That's
day.
right. None of this is supposed to be here. But in any event, I guess would it make sense to quantify this as me trying to create equality, something along the lines of they're everywhere.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a roll for that. Let me see. What would be?
And also, would I need to? I imagine that would require like a bunch of blasts. So do I need to stunt that?
Well, initially, I'm just going to get a description of roughly what y'all are doing as you make your moves.
Okay. Oh, okay. This is right.
Individual initiatives will come down once they've had a chance to respond.
Got it. Okay. Light control. Light control roll on the way. Wait. Does anything I have? No, this isn't really technically air. I mean, I'm in the air, but I don't think this counts as aerial combat. Could I include my military bonus?
I will let you do that just based off the ideal of military tactics. Go ahead and add that in.
All right. So
Bruce will be very pleased to see Ray getting in on the collateral damage. He's like, I knew I loved this team.
Let me just type this in manually. $1d6 plus 8 for light control. May I include my light power specialty?
Normally you can't include 2 specialties, but
Okay.
but I'm gonna go ahead and let you this time, just because it's an extended effort, not just a one-time something. So.
Got it. All right, and then also adding 2 for my military specialty for a grand total of something that's blocked by my character window.
16.
Oh, hey, that might be my highest total ever to date.
So D6 plus 8 plus 3 plus 2. And the D6 came with 3. So the difficulty was 12.
Oh.
Because you're trying to bluff an entire city, or at least the defense forces of an entire city. But you do that very successfully, because Ray is very fast.
Yes, majorly so, in fact.
Some might even say faster than a fast helicopter. So yeah, you're zipping around. Okay, oh, there's an unoccupied, police car. Oh, there's an unoccupied military vehicle. Blow that up. And maybe you see some official-looking building with a currently unoccupied guard shack. So you knock that down. You're wrecking different stuff, but really focusing on the vehicles because they make noise. What was that, Taylor?
You see the Egyptian Winn-Dixie and pass by it.
Yeah, my stores and those kind of businesses, probably leaving those alone. Those could have civilians inside.
Right.
So with a massive success, that gives you 3 free tappings of.
Oh, for the record, that was a major success. 3 to 4 successes is if I counted right, I believe I got 4 points on the roll.
12. All right, just hitting 12 would be a marginal. So 12, 13, 14. Maybe major. Would be. You're right. It'd be major, not massive. So they're everywhere.
And would there be?
And it's 2 free tappings of it. All right. I think Unison is the only player character going in with the defensive team.
And I'm just here to tap heals on everybody that gets hurt.
So they are beelining for the palace complex, trying to stay low, trying to stay unnoticed, with the plan of when they get close, the magic users are going to do their thing and try to detect where they need to be. With the assumption being it will most likely be somewhere in that palace complex, if it's present here in the city at all. That was kind of the gamble. But I said the Majestic start reporting in. They're kind of doing what Ray's doing, They're just unleashing destruction. It doesn't sound like they're necessarily as picky as Ray about what they're blowing up. But they're not going for like apartment complexes or schools or anything sick like that. They're not going for body count. But they don't really care whose property. They're just making noise to draw attention.
I just write in a notebook. Might be supervillains. Check mark.
Nah. They're just mercs in powered armor trying to free their boss, so he can get them out of that powered armor, or whatever their excuses were. All right, Bruce is causing the earthquake. Ray's doing his thing. Bruce.
Yes, sir.
Bruce strikes me as the type of guy that grew up watching cartoons. I mean, we all did to some degree, but Bruce strikes me as somebody that probably never stopped. No shame on that.
I'm going to say you were correct. As much as he was able to watch TV, yes.
You see a little trail in the dirt. Think Bugs Bunny when he's tunneling.
Right.
It runs up next to your feet.
On his way to Albuquerque or whatever it is.
It rides up next to your feet, and out pops the platypus.
Hey,
mate. You the one shaking things up? Don't worry, I'll watch your back. You'll be safe with me. And he pats you on the arm.
I'm good.
And sure enough, he's looking at hand over his eyes, keep the sun out, looking around, head on a swivel. Every now and then when he turns, his tail whaps you on the leg or something, but nothing. Zach, what is Recluse doing to draw attention?
Recluse is going through the city. He is using his webs to basically shut down any potential traffic, webbing up alleyways, creating just tangles of netting between traffic lights, just to make getting around the city for any vehicle just to make it really difficult for any vehicle to get around the city. And if he sees a power pole, he's probably going to give the base of it a good kick and then scurry off before it falls on him.
Okay. So he's causing power outages and all sorts of things in neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
Please make sure there aren't hospitals in them.
We did. He is taking a little survey of the area before he does it.
Okay, I was getting some kind of echo off
Whoa,
of that.
what was
Yeah.
that?
Somebody ate that for lunch.
Test?
Yeah, I don't know.
Mm.
It's Independence Ray lit up as a secondary source while Zach was talking.
Shoot, I'll silence myself.
All right.
Boo 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 boo.
Yep, that seems to work.
Okay.
All right, so you're basically laying in not traps, but barricades,
Yeah.
like the people of Paris every time they go into revolt. It's why those streets are so wide in Paris now. Makes them harder to barricade. Okay, that is. Is there anything in particular Unison wants to be doing? You know, one of you is traveling with the defense guys. Three of you up in the air, and I forget how many more you can produce.
I can have 4 more.
Hmm?
Because I am an absolute monster of duplication. One is definitely sticking with multidimensional man
Okay.
because his arch nemesis is in the city. So I'm just kind of like, let's just keep one on MDM to make sure.
Okay.
Oh, I also forgot to put Omniglot in the list. So where would Omniglot have gone?
Probably defense. She's good at stalling.
Fair enough. All right, so she's with the defensive.
Most part, I'm just chatting with Aurora as I keep eyes on everything. Trying to keep each squad with at least a body that can heal them.
And if you've ever seen like the Superman pose, where he'll be floating there in the air with his arms crossed and his feet kind of pointed down, that's kind of what Aurora's doing. Trying to look super serious.
Yeah, there's just a triangle of gray suited men around her looking.
She's floated up a little bit higher so she can see over them, so they're not blocking her view. And she needs to be scanning the city as well. And then she points southeast, and you spotted about the time you probably spotted at the same time she does. But 3 flying figures will come in from the desert in the southeast part of the city, which you know is an area. You know that's an area Hindsight and his crew are in.
Does it look like the ensigns from here or new people?
Give me an awareness roll. Because they are some distance off, which is not a problem for Aurora. But
I don't believe investigation would help here.
no, this is pretty much just awareness.
12.
Well, let's see. It's one moment while I look at the benchmarks. Distance.
I think 7 is miles.
7 is tens of miles. 6 is a few miles. 5 is 10 to 20 blocks, which would probably be a mile or 2. So yeah, I'm gonna make that difficulty a 5 and roll the dice.
I like hearing you say difficulty 5 because that means the max it could be is 11, which will still not.
Which is what it gets. They're dressed the same as the ensigns that attacked your base. They are visibly different people. You know, the combination of genders is different. The physiques are a little bit different. But you know from, you're in S.P.E.A.R, you know the ensigns, there's a fairly large family.
I'll get one of the ground units to move in with. You said foresight or hindsight?
Hindsight screws up that way.
Yeah, get one headed towards Hindsight crew and tell Hindsight that 3 ensigns are on their way, and a rough download on the range of toughness they can be.
He copies that. Thank you for the heads up. He thinks he's got a he's got a contingency for high end brawler types. And as he gets off the radio, you hear him calling to somebody. You know, like he's calling over to one of the people in the squad or whatever. So many notes to keep up with. All right. Let's see. And y'all had filled everybody in on or had you filled everybody in on the plan?
I don't know who he wouldn't have filled in.
Yeah, it would have been kind of dumb to run in there without everybody knowing what the plan was.
Hindsight picked up the J303s, who we gave the download to, so.
Yep. Yeah, Jay.
Oh, I forgot. Where did our alien friend go?
Which alien friend?
Is that his name?
Starbound?
Yeah, Starbound.
And did we have a Titan Red also?
No. Titan Red is
Titan
working
Red
with Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was affected.
Unfortunately.
But Starbound is a mentalist, so.
Let's say he's on team defense.
That makes sense. Y'all seem to be positive y'all want to send all the psychics that way. All right. Let's see. You get a call in from Steel. Pharaoh and Steel. He says he's arrived with Nikki. Probably the assistant's name. I forget if her name came up last time I met her or not. And you hear some explosions while he's talking. Apparently they're blowing stuff up too.
It's a good way to vent frustration.
Well, if you're there to sow chaos and draw attention. But he's coming in from the same side as the Majestics. So he tells you he's probably going to hook up with the Majestics. Him and Nikki will probably hook up with the Majestics. That gives you a 5-man powered armor team on that side of town.
Yeah, I'll give him a quick warning. Don't let them get too close to you physically.
Are they not trustworthy? And he alters the channel so it's less of a broad. It's more of a directly to you channel.
There were some reports from S.P.E.A.R about a giant robot called Majestic and then a number in a previous incident before this world got altered. Those people have memories from the previous world, therefore they might be working with a supervillain. I don't know if they're part of the same group or not, but chances are so. They may have something to tag your suit with, so just be careful.
Oh, noted. But you have no reason. You have no reason to believe that they're working with the Pharaoh, though.
No.
All right, that's my only major concern today. But thanks for the heads up.
Hangs up. Why did I just help Steel? That was. Oh well. Later problems.
Now, Recluse.
Sir.
I need from you This will be for your. Well, it'll be a dodge, but it'll be involving your danger because you're getting it because of your danger sense.
Not a problem.
As soon as I find the blank utility character sheet. All right. So he's got a 7 plus mastery. All right, you need to dodge a 12 or evade,
Doable.
whatever it is when you use your coordination. All right, a 14.
Ooh.
So you're sitting there, you're making your little barricades, it's causing people to get out of their cars and run just into nearby buildings. And then your danger sense kicks in. And you backflip out of the way as you realize it's an arrow that streaks past you, hits the wall, you hear something shatter, and like this green gas starts floating up.
I am going to scurry up the nearest wall away from the gas. Want some more materials? Sure.
Looking at where the arrow came from, you see a familiar figure standing on a rooftop.
Define familiar.
It's the guy.
Ah!
It's your favorite person, the person that Recluse decided to break his back. He does not look happy to see you. Well, I take that back. He does look kind of happy to see you. He does not look happy with you, though.
Hi, how'd you enjoy my chiropractic services?
It was a lovely rest. I can't wait to return the favor. And where every other time you've dealt with him, he'll hold his hand up and it's like his gauntlet produces his energy bow and he's shooting energy arrows at you. It looks like it's actually something physical attached to the gauntlet this time, and he's shooting actual physical arrows. You don't know what that green gas is, but it's probably bad.
Yeah.
At this point, everybody give me initiative rolls. Because they are on the counter attack now, so.
Hey, a 12. Neat.
Alright, Independence Ray got a 10. Unison got a 12. Zach, if you'll roll for Landshark.
Sure. And that is a straight D6. That's a 5 for Blind Shark. Plus the modifiers.
Yeah. With his coordination of 4, that becomes a 9. So Landshark got a 9. Recluse got a. I see 2 rolls for you, Recluse. Which one's the?
Oh, the top is for Recluse. The bottom the 5 is for.
Oh, that's right.
Landshark. Yeah.
I literally just had you do that and was looking at it.
That's fine. That's fine.
You got
There's a lot
to
going
play.
on today.
That's fair. And NPCs, I'm going to let NPCs that are around y'all go when y'all go, just for simplicity's.
Mm-hmm.
But I do need to roll for. For the baddies.
We're going to hear a lot of rolls for the baddies.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be all I need, but that'll do for right now.
There's that smile I missed.
All right, so that's him. That's an 8 for him. That's a 9 for him. All right, and all right. So the huntsman goes before Recluse. He fired his shot. Recluse dodged. So Recluse, you scurried up a wall. You said.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you've scurried up the
Yes, sir.
wall. You know, you looked over basically across the street on the rooftop, and there was the huntsman. Y'all had y'all's little exchange. Your danger sense goes off again. This time it will be a prowess roll.
Doable. Will martial arts factor into this?
Yeah, this is just a physical attack, so yeah.
Awesome. Just roll my bug foo.
Oh, beat it by 1.
Ooh.
You sorry dog. Somebody comes down from the rooftop, or the roof up above, and you just get out of the way as he snaps his teeth down about where your neck was. You look up.
Yeesh.
It's a guy with, kind of patchy, scaly skin. I'm trying to remember how I described him. You fought him before on the asteroids. He's kind of a stretchy guy that works for the huntsman. But where you were like attached to the wall, his hands are holding the edge of the roof at the top, and he's just stretched his arms down and snapped at you. You know, and when the bite misses, his arms start retracting, so it's pulling him back up to the rooftop.
It's a reunion of the second worst field trip I've ever taken in my life.
Vahir, the guy that just tried to bite you, he kind of cocked his head.
What did they?
I find
Why are
myself
they
wanting to hear the
here
story of your
working
worst
with-
field trip.
Planetarium.
A learning trip. No wonder. Now, what were you saying, Curtis?
Why are they here working with Madame Pharaoh?
It's a very good question. Someone should probably look into that.
Oh.
Let's see. Then it is Recluse's go.
This is not a good situation. But yeah, I'm going to let everyone know over the comms. Hey, these two have shown up on my end, and I am going to try and scurry up and pop the stretchy lizard man in the face.
All right. So you're going after Vahir.
Mm-hmm. And this is going to be a +2 to hit him because multi-attack.
Gotcha. Let's see. Ooh, that was a bad roll for him. So Recluse got a 13, and Vahir got an 8.
Is that a possible stun I hear?
And a possible slam. So first give me a, let's see, does he have... Wait, that's right, because I didn't fill him out correctly, because all of his species have some damage resistance. Let me go check Sergio X. Alright. So he's got a damage resistance of 3, so nothing super impressive, but tougher than normal human. So how much damage are you doing, Zach?
I do 8 points of damage.
Alright, so he takes 5. Then give me a strength roll versus his strength to see if you slam him.
That is a 10. Could have been better, but not bad.
Yeah, not terrible. Let's see, his strength. Alright, he is not slammed. Now roll to see if you stun him. Nope, he's fine.
That is an 11. Nope. Yep.
But you walloped him good. You clearly hurt him. There wasn't any other effect. He staggers back, and you see he's not alone on this rooftop. You see a Hearn the Stunning.
Uh-oh.
With his smooth skin and his long flowing locks, and God, you hate him.
The Bishi is here. Repeat, the Bishi is here.
Fabio would just like to chat. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. What did you?
He just wants to be friends.
Yeah, you were already centaur like the last time No, that happened after that fight, didn't it?
did.
Yes, that happened after that fight.
All right, so this is the first time he's seen you in bug centaur mode. So his voice takes a mocking tone, and as he looks you in the eye, well, a couple of your eyes, and starts talking about how ugly you were before, but how much worse you are now, and
That's just rude.
and it's like getting under your skin really more than it should. As he asks you how you can look upon him without weeping at your own sorry state. Give me a willpower roll.
All right, and mental resistance factors into this.
No, this is more of a super charisma thing than a mental thing.
Okay, and Ooh.
No, that's not great. Let's see. All right, so you got a 7, he got a 9, so he only beat you by 2, which I believe stuns you for 1 round. Let me check. Yes, target can take no actions for 1 page.
Fair enough.
It could have been much worse.
Oh yeah.
Alright, now it is Landshark's turn. Let me check and see where...
Okay.
Hang on, I gotta check and
Who
make sure I
is
don't need to
near
roll any.
me?
Alright, so... you spend that first little while causing the shakes.
Right?
Then it didn't sound like that was going to be something you were constantly doing.
No.
So I'm going to say you kind of drop that, and as you start forward to do whatever else Bruce was planning to do, you feel the ground shake again.
Huh.
And from behind a building across the street, you see obelisks growing up to full size and coming at you. Next to you, you hear,
Ooh.
crikey, that's a big one.
Yes, he is.
Don't let him fall on you when I knock him down. And the platypus takes off towards him. What are you doing, Bruce? And let me check obelisks.
I am. Oh, what to do. I am going to try to open a big hole under obelisk and just see if he can drop in and if I can bind him, maybe.
All right, obelisk is going on a 6.
Before he gets a chance to reach any of us.
All right, and what number was Bruce was going on a 9? All right, so you get to go before obelisk or the platypus actually does anything. So do you have binding as a power on your earth control, or are you power stunning?
Oh nope. You're correct. I will have to stunt.
Yes.
Because
All right,
I'm a shark.
So what quality are you tapping?
Because I'm a shark. I'm a land shark.
Fair enough. And I think binding is a coordination versus coordination. Or, well, you'd be using your earth control, but versus his coordination, I think. Let me look it up. All right. Yes. So give me a roll with your earth control versus skyscraper's coordination.
That's 5. Oof.
All right. So he got a 9. Oh wait, that's a 5 plus Bruce's earth control. Sorry, I did not add.
E.
And his earth control is an 8.
Yeah.
I should probably just open his sheet up too, shouldn't I? Yes, earth control is 8. All right, so that becomes a 13 versus skyscraper / obelisk's 9. So that is a major success.
Probably a waste of.
Or no. No, that should be it. That's 4 above. That should be a major, shouldn't it? 10.
Yeah, but I bet it can bust out of it pretty easy.
Well, it doesn't matter. On a major
You're still
or
gonna have to spend a turn to do it.
yeah, major or massive is the same thing. So puts the target into a complete hold. The target is fully restrained and cannot take any physical actions except to escape. So yeah, you open a big hole. He drops down, sort of grabs the lip of it, but then you close the hold up around him, so you can see like his shoulders and his head sticking out and like his hands, but his arms are kind of pinned up against his body. He don't look happy about it. Then the platypus goes. is going to run up and deliver a venomous kick.
I'll hold him for you, Platty.
Teamwork makes the dream work, mate. All right.
Oh, the platypus is just such a great guy. So sweet. Mm-hmm.
All right. So platypus, platypus clips him good. So that's 5 points of damage just from the kick itself. With 8th growth, though, that's not going to get through. But it's the, come on, what was that ability called? Maybe it was in Great Powers. There we go, Affliction. Alright. Platypus's Affliction. His venomous kick overpowers Skyscraper's toughness. Or his strength, I should say. So it inflicts half the Affliction's level of stamina. No, that's a marginal skill. That's on a moderate. It inflicts level. Basically, it inflicts physical damage that bypasses any damage reduction he's got. And it's the same as his kick, so that's another 5 points. But this is 5 points that actually gets through to Skyscraper. So what you see, Bruce, is Platypus runs up, does a little roundhouse kick, catches... The way he's positioned, it catches Skyscraper or Obelisk, across the face. And almost immediately, like, his nose and cheek start swelling up.
Sweet.
And he kind of screams, "Ow! Ah!" Like, he's screaming a lot more than what it seems like the physical damage should have been. Because Platypus venom is excruciating. Non-lethal, but excruciating.
And there's one thing, sharks are not poisonous.
Well, yeah, they're just not as evolved as Platypus. I mean, they try. They can see electricity too, but yeah, so that's it for the Platypus. Oh, but then it's Obelisk's turn. He's going to try to get out because that really hurt. He really likes to squish the two of you now. So, Zach, give me a roll. Give me a roll for Bruce's power.
Sure.
Well, for the Bruce's power is the strength that's got to be resisted. So,
Yeah,
all right, so that's
that's
4 plus 8. I keep asking, but I've got so many numbers to keep up with right now. That's 8. So 12 is the number to beat. Rolling big and strong for Skyscraper. Ooh, he fails by 1. So he's pushing against the earth. He doesn't have a lot of leverage. You know, the dirt's compacting up and cracking a little bit from where he's pushing on it, but not enough that he can get loose or, really do anything. All right. All right. Next up is Unison.
Alrighty.
Now, the multiple Unisons that you've got running around with Team Chaos, or running around in the Chaos squads, are they together, or did you spread them out? Are they on their way to like meet up with each individual group, or how are they doing that?
They're spread out with the pockets. That are operating.
I'm sorry, I couldn't quite hear you.
They're spread out with the pockets that are operating.
All right.
I mean, now that Recluse is in a solo fight, I've got at least one headed towards him.
Fair.
One of the aerial unisons as well head towards that as well. I've got one ground and one air converging on Recluse.
You wanted to be a backpack.
All right. All right, so that leaves two. That leaves main U and one copy up there with Aurora, correct?
Correct.
All right. Give me an awareness roll. Versus.
11.
Let's see how stealthy is this guy. Not terrible. We're probably not going to beat an 11. Nope. So yeah, one U takes off, and then you see somebody on a. Let's see, what would this device look like? It almost looks like a jet ski. It's like you ride it like a jet ski, but it's flying through the air. It's got kind of a motifed horse head on the front. He does not catch you by surprise, but he does try to attack you. So I probably need to roll. I have not rolled his initiative yet, so. And he rolled minimum, so he goes on a 7, so you can react to him before he gets to you. You recognize Givra. He was an ice manipulator. He did ice and cold. I think he fought Ray in the last fight y'all were in, and the first time y'all ran into him, he was mostly dealing with Land Shark, I think.
Fair enough. Which squad is he hitting? The one that's on the way to Recluse?
No. He's on this flying jetpack thing. He's heading up into the air towards the real you and Aurora.
All right.
So like I said, you go first. So
I will take one telekinetic shot at him
okay.
on an 11.
He gets a 12. He whips his little flying bike thing, out of the way.
Well, then I will now check his willpower with a mental blast.
Okay.
On an 8.
He got a 7. He takes a point of damage.
2 points.
2 points of damage. Let me double check and make sure his species doesn't naturally have. They've got resistances, but not necessarily to mental damage. So that is 2 points. All right. You see him kind of shake. You see him kind of and shake his head. You can tell you got through. And then he tries. He is going to try to encase you in a big block of ice.
Oh boy.
Which, certainly won't suck if he succeeds with you high up in the air. So give me a coordination roll.
Does my linguistics count into that? No.
-2 for even suggesting that.
No. 11.
Oh, that's -2 is 9. That means his 10 beats you. No, you beat it by 1. So you zip to one side as this block of ice forms in the air and then drops towards the city.
That seems needlessly dangerous.
He kind of going, most everybody's inside now. It'll be fine.
Can't believe I saved your Uncle Dad's life for you guys to jump us at this moment.
Well, that just means it's not personal. That now is not personal. Well, I mean, Sarah Garrix is he might have something personal for your bug friend, but
Can't do anything about that.
Nope.
Decisions were made. He was coming out of an intergalactic war. He still had some bloodlust in him.
Look, I understand that. I'm a soldier myself. And about the time he says that, Aurora zips past you and tries to punch him. Would you like to give me a roll for Aurora?
Sure. It's a 2. Plus whatever she got.
Yep. I'm scrolling down to her stats now.
I think it's like a +7, +8 situation.
I don't think her prowess was that high.
She's wild.
I think her prowess was more like a 5 or a 6. Yeah,
She knows
5,
intergalactic CQC.
All right, so 5. All right, so that's a 7. He needs to dodge. He needs to dodge with his prowess. His prowess is not great because he mostly does long range stuff. But you inadvertently had him distracted by talking to him. So prowess of 4 plus martial arts. What did I say? She got a 7 total, I said? Yeah, because she had a 5. Okay, he manages to get out of the way, though. So you see, again, he kind of kicks his back to the side. Except trying to think how well would he know Aurora. I guess he would only know her by reputation. Probably hasn't met her personally. Oh, see, the princess is still hanging out with you.
Yeah, when you guys kind of skirted the rules to get in here, it kind of opened some doors.
Skirted what rules?
Well, I mean, you're not even supposed to be here now.
The fight was for y'all to have free passage back to your world. You've been here for a while now. That agreement's just, complete. It's over.
I hate to tell you, the agreement was about affecting the world. Like, you could come down here and actively challenge us and us agree to a match. That follows the rules.
Oh,
what you're doing now.
No. I believe you're mistaken, my friend. We asked the local ruler if she was okay with us, helping her out some. Turns out, her and Lord Nordu go way back.
Oh.
So we're here, acting as peacekeepers to help out the local authority. How are we supposed to know you were the rebel forces trying to undermine her peaceful regime?
You're from outer space. You know the timetable of what happened. Don't play act that you don't.
It is not for us to decide which governments are legitimate and which ones are not. After all, you've met us. You know right of conquest is probably what we believe in. If she's ruling the world, it's because she was the strong enough one to take it.
You're going to regret that entire mental conversation you just tried to put on me.
It'll be what it'll be. Alright.
I'm going to own your bike.
I want that. Alright, Independence Ray. Let me
Can I
roll.
spot recluse for more, Matt?
Give me an awareness roll. Yeah, there's definitely an echo coming through. Six was the number to beat. You got an. You can kind of see where the webs are over there, and you can spot three figures. And all right, we got to figure out why we are echoing through you, Mike.
I have to assume it's speakers and leaning. Mike has remuted.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm just trying to figure out how I can reconfigure this.
All
I
right.
need to. I think what I need to do is order a new set of headphones because I've lost mine and I don't want to keep gaming without it.
I wish Zoom would do what or not Zoom, but Discord would do what Restream does. It's got a thing where it automatically edits out that sort of echo, so you don't have to use headphones. Everybody can just be using their speakers.
Smart. Yeah, I'll definitely get just acquire new headphones, but for now, just please bear with me.
Okay.
And has there been enough broadcasted banter for me to reasonably surmise that Ahern is there on the rooftop?
Yeah, if the hunter's there and that cold control guy's there, yeah, it's probably a safe bet that whole squad's here.
Yeah. So I guess I would first of all I want to prioritize striking down Ahern.
All right. So you see where there's three figures, and you can tell who Recluse is based on the fact that he looks like a centaur. So the guy with the really big butt with extra legs is probably it.
Yeah. And maybe I could assume that there's the one figure that's just standing still and not in combat position. Tells me that's Ahern. So I'll head towards there and just blast him from hopefully far enough that I can't hear him and therefore hopefully not be affected by his power.
All right. So you start heading that direction. Hang on just one moment while I find. Somebody else whose initiative I must roll. All right, so you turn around, you start streaking off that direction. Not planning to get too close. If you're moving a little bit closer, you can see good. go ahead and roll a stealth for him. Not that he's super stealthy. Go ahead and give me another awareness roll, Ray. Alright, so he takes you by surprise. Give me a dodge roll with your prowess. Your aerial combat would factor into this, because that's defense while you're in the air. Ooh, max roll, though. You need to avoid a 14. Alright, so you got an 8.
Ambusher. Yeah, my ambusher got me good.
Yeah, he got a max roll and you got a minimum roll, so 8 to 14. So it's a massive success on his part as the comet slams into you. And he does his flight and damage because of that. So that is 8 points of damage.
Yeah, I just got one-shotted. No, I've got 9 stamina. I almost got one-shotted.
Now let's roll to see if you are stunned or slammed. So give me a strength roll versus, let's see, it was his flight doing damage, so versus his flight. So that is a... So he beat you by 3. Now somewhere on this GM screen should be the stun and... we'd start off with a slam. So he beat you by 3. So that's a moderate. So target is knocked prone. So you're falling right now. You'll basically spend your move action. You know, the next action you take, your move, you'll have to use your movement to catch yourself and steady yourself. You know, it's like, you know, he basically clipped and you're like spiraling towards the ground, so it's going to take you your movement to catch yourself. Now roll it again for the stun.
Way to go, big dog.
Ooh, you are not stunned. That time you rolled max and he rolled minimum. Which means you got a 10, he got a 9. So he does not stun you. He sure walloped the mess out of you, though.
Yep, it won't take much to...
And you hear his voice kind of trailing off as he keeps going because he flies like a rocket. There's not a lot of hovering and stopping for him. Surrender, rebel! And he immediately starts circling back around. Oh, now I see why y'all are in such disarray. I didn't have y'all in descending order. All right. So Unison should have gone. That's right, because we started off kind of out of order. All right, so starting this round, we're falling back into the proper order because I forgot to have the computer actually arrange y'all by number. So top of the order will be Unison.
All right. Have the 2 copies headed towards Recluse reached him yet?
Yeah, we'll say they're arriving at as your turn comes up.
All right.
With your awareness, you probably saw the interaction between Ray and the comet.
I don't know if I have anyone close enough to
Yeah.
add into that. Well, he was headed towards Recluse as well, so they're close.
Yeah, they're not too far off.
But I will throw a telekinetic blast at the Charmer
Okay.
on an 11.
All right. Ooh, he got a 7.
All right, 6 damage.
6 damage, so he takes 3 of that.
And then the slam/stun is just based off of power, right?
Yeah, the power that's damaging him, or it's your strength for a punch, but it'd be like your energy blast for an energy blast.
But
your
well, I
TK
mean,
for
it's
a
not
TK.
cut by the resistance. It's
No,
not the damage that got through. It's just the raw damage.
That feels like something I should know off the top of my head. Let me check. Let me check in the correct book. Yes, full damage against the target's strength.
All right. So 10 on stun.
All right.
Or sorry, 10 on slam. We do slam then stun.
Versus his strength. He got a 12. He is not slammed.
All right. Oh, dang. I didn't realize the Charmer dude had a strength of 8. That's wild.
Oh, yeah. That's how he does it. When he has to do damage, that's how he does damage, is just with these mitts.
All right. And the stun. It's on a 10.
All right. He's still up.
Unfortunate. All right. And then I will take a... I'll take a second telekinetic blast at him. It does more damage than the mental. And Recluse isn't hurt. He's just stunned, so I can't fix that for him.
No, I don't think so.
13.
You beat him by
on a
2,
telekinetic
so that's just the damage, but...
blast. It's 6 more at him, so 3 more off of the HP.
Yep.
And then I will, looking back at the Iceman.
Yivra.
How
He's
well
not a
did he
kaiju, he
do?
just sounds like one.
I'll throw a telekinetic blast at him
All right.
and hope for the best. That's the worst.
Well, I thought I hit the button, but it didn't go through. Oh, but
That's
he also
also the
rolls the
worst.
worst, so you managed to catch him. And that's how much damage?
6.
Oh, right. It's just like the last one. Yeah.
And does it look like some of it went through?
It definitely looks like you hurt him, yeah. He's tougher than a normal person, but he's not.
I'll
Super
fire a
invulnerable.
second one then.
All right, you got a
6
7.
more.
Yeah, he looks like he's wobbly on that thing now. He looks like he's been punched in the face a couple of times. Busted lip. Nose is bleeding a little bit.
the other unisons are not in any active combat yet.
Let's see. What will Aurora do?
I mean, she's still up on that guy, so.
Yep. Give me a roll for her. He'll roll his coordination to avoid her. Or no, it's his prowess. That's right, because he's not.
3 on the die.
So that gives her a total of an 8. He got a 9. He dodges out of her way.
Aw.
The look on his face, though, he's looking not panicky exactly, but a little nervous. And he's clearly, the way he's starting to work the control, he's clearly going more on the defensive.
Not gonna feel great if she connects.
He seems to be aware of that. Independence Ray. You may be muted.
I will stop spiraling and just hover in the air while I catch my breath. And Comet is no longer around or within sight for me to blast at, correct?
Incorrect.
Oh, okay.
His voice did that whole Doppler thing, and then he started banking around to come back at you.
Okay. Well, I'll just since I'm not yet with it together to maneuver, I'm just going to just try to blast at him to knock him out before he gets to me. Hopefully. So that's going to be.
Now, I believe you fought him before.
In this arc?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember honestly, but sure.
When y'all were fighting on the rooftop.
He was there when we fought Faugier and got ambushed.
Okay. You know what? In order to get some, I think what I'll do. I don't remember him having any kind of range attacks, right? I've never known him to blast at anything.
Give me an intelligence roll as you try to remember all the info on this guy.
Okay. 7's not great.
Marginal
I would
success.
love to be able to help you out with this.
So marginal
Obviously,
success.
he's my character, so I know how to beat him.
You don't recall energy. You don't recall him doing anything energy ray based. You do remember him being practically invulnerable while he was flying, though.
Okay. Well, that's helpful. If I can just, I think what I'll do is, since I don't remember him having blasting powers, I may wait and let him approach me, and then right before he gets to me, try to dazzle him and hopefully get him to miss, and make him easier to ground in some other way or outmaneuver at least.
Okay, that sounds reasonable.
So I'll generate that dazzle now. I'm not including aerial combat because, this isn't really an aerial. I don't know. It feels like it doesn't belong. Oh, it's not also a physical attack. Anyway, here we go. Ooh, hey. Big roll. 14.
All right. And what were you tapping to... Oh, is Dazzle a power stun, or do you have that?
Yeah, Dazzle is my base power that comes along with Light Blast. Or light control.
Okay, gotcha.
Let me confirm that. I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Well, if the blast is an extra you put on it, then it probably would be.
Yes, Dazzle is the base power.
Gotcha. All right, and let's see. He rolls his coordination. So you beat him by 8. Which I believe means he is dazzled for the chapter, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, that should be the entire fight.
Dazzle,
really meant.
massive success. Dazzle until the end of the chapter, which would be the end of the fight, yeah. Which I believe gives him a -2 on anything he's got to do. Let me double check just what the severity is. Dazzle. Dazzled characters have a +2 difficulty with actions relying on the dazzled sense and automatically fail awareness checks using it. Using an advantage to recover ends the dazzle immediately. Alright. So he comes barreling back at you, both fists out in front of him. He's going to try to ram you again. But he is at -2. So you need to avoid an 8. Massive success. You easily get out of the way. He goes shooting past you. He was coming at a downward angle, and he just barely pulls up before he plows into a building. He is not very maneuverable. But he is quite fast. Landshark.
So is Obelisk still?
He is still held at the moment. Basically his shoulders, head is above ground. His hands are just, like you press your hands up against your chest, and like you do in T-Rex hands.
I'm gonna punch him in the face.
He's already swollen.
See if I can't knock him out.
Lightbringer's gonna be so disappointed.
Who is? Oh.
Gothic, his girlfriend. Alright, so Recluse rolled a 6 for Landshark. And Bruce's prowess is a 5. He's got martial arts boxing, so that's actually a 6. 6 is a 12. Skyscraper's going to try to avoid it. Fails miserably. So that's a 7 versus a 12. So that is a massive success. Landshark does 8 damage with a punch. Skyscraper's growth is 8, thus giving him 8 damage resistance. So it does precisely 0 damage. Which still means stuns and slams are possible, however.
Alright.
So give me a D6 roll for Bruce's strength. So that's a 4 plus his strength 8.
5 for the stun and 4 for the slam.
Okay, so for the... But they should be in reverse order. Because we check slams first.
Right.
So 5 plus 8. So that's 13. Or no, it'd be 14.
That's a snack for when the possum wakes up.
No, 13. I was right the first time. Alright, so that's a 13 he's got to beat with a strength roll. So that's a major failure. So I don't know what does a slam do when he's encased in the ground though?
Ooh, good question.
Because he can't really go flying.
Maybe it drives him deeper in.
Maybe so. Yeah, we'll say that. Not much deeper in, but in such a way that even if on his next action he breaks loose, takes his action to break loose, but he also won't be able to take a movement. So where he could break loose and at least step away from the hole. If that comes about this time, he won't be able to step away. he won't be able to use a movement. All right. So that's Bruce's strength of 8 plus a 4 for the second roll. So that's a 12. He's got to beat not to be stunned. He is not stunned. He beat it by 1.
Aw.
He's a tough one. He's a tough one to knock out with physical force.
Yeah.
I remember the first time he popped up, you literally... Let's see, one of the players literally made himself a slingshot, his stretchy character, and shot one of the other players, the brick character, into Skyscraper's forehead was how they took him out. Let's see. That is Bruce. Then the platypus goes. The platypus will kick him again. Don't let up.
Fuck you. Oh, I'm sorry. I stepped on a cat, ran under my foot, and he yelled at me for his own actions.
Oh, so you were yelling. Okay. I was wondering why you were suddenly so aggressive against the platypus. The platypus is great. Everybody loves the platypus. Cities love it when he shows up.
I almost spit my soda.
I regret not being able to see your face when I said that.
Right?
Even before the soda thing. All right, so that's a 10 to hit him. He tries to avoid. Not that he can do much in the ground, but he gets hit again. The physical damage doesn't do anything. But then he has to roll his strength versus the platypus's affliction. Bookmarks. That's what I need to invest in. No, then versus the affliction. All right. That's what I thought.
Oh, guess what, guys?
All right, the affliction does not take effect this time. What are we oh-hoing about, Curtis?
Your
I
internet
believe
back.
I've got internet.
Well, they actually did work on that quickly. All right, Recluse.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. I believe you are stunned this round.
And I can burn a point of determination to shake off that stun, correct?
That's correct. You can tap if you got something you can tap. You can give yourself advantage and shrug that off.
I am tapping the unfortunate face of mutant kind. This ain't the worst verbal abuse I've been hit with.
Fair enough. So deduct that point and you shrug it off.
And Bishi Boy is still standing, right?
Yes. Ahern the Stunning.
Ahern the Stunning. I am going to full tilt charge into him because he needs to be put on lockdown right now. And put him both my... Go ahead.
Just about to ask if you were using your fast attack and which way you're using it.
Yep. Extra effort to hit.
Okay.
So 14 to hit.
And this is versus prowess. He got a 13.
Ooh.
That's a max roll for him,
Mm-hmm.
but he knows what he's doing in a fight. He's
Yeah.
not just a pretty face. You got to be good at a fight to fight like he does and still have a pretty face. Well, that or healing technique.
Guess where those punches are aimed at.
All right, so you're doing the whole, 1-2 kind of thing, and he manages to like block one of them, and then the other one, your other fist tags him. And you do 8 damage.
Yes, sir.
So that is 5 that gets through. Has a Hearn already been hurt by somebody?
Yeah.
Yes, we got hit by a TK blast from
That's
Unison.
It should be 2 separate instances of 6 damage reduced by whatever his reduction is.
Right. It came out to a total of 60 that he actually took. And then Recluse just did 8 to him. -3 is 5. He is conscious, but just barely. He staggers back half a step under the assault, because he's been hit from multiple angles now. And then the hunter tries to shoot you again, Zach. He doesn't want you to forget that he's there.
And that would be coordination.
It is coordination. Need to beat a 10. Which shouldn't be too hard for you.
I believe if I can dodge it, I can grab that arrow and throw it back at him, right?
I believe that requires a massive success. I know it requires better than just a moderate.
Yeah.
Than just a baseline success, but you only beat him by 2.
Yeah, fair enough.
And it's another one of those hinky arrows that flies past you, hits an air unit halfway across the rooftop, and more of that green gas billows out.
Does it look like it's doing any damage to the infrastructure, or is it just a gas?
It's just a gas. It's not like melting the metal or acting acidic.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. Who else? Oh yeah, Vahir was up there with you, and he is going to try to grapple you. Stretchy arms and all that.
Yeah.
And wrestling. Let me double check. All right. So he uses his prowess, and you can resist with your prowess or your coordination, whichever is greater.
Both are the same, so.
Yeah, same with this guy. But he does have the wrestling skill, or specialty. So you need to beat a 10 to grapple him. They are not rolling well right now. Have you rolled to resist the grapple?
Yeah. Oh, no, I hit the wrong button. He would have beat, no, because that's the wrong.
Okay. So you rolled a 2 on the D6 in that roll.
Yeah. Let's coordination. Yeah, I hit my fighting thing, not the there. That's with the wrestling. Oh, now I feel bad because it rolled higher.
Well, if you'd rather take the 2 that you initially rolled for the bug foo, it'd be a 7. That'd be a total of 9. If you wanted to grapple you.
Not particularly.
Okay, I'll just note that down.
But it does seem fair because that is what I initially. Yeah, I'll he beat me. Let's go with he beat me by 1.
All right, and beating you by 1. Why did I close the book? So that achieves a partial hold. So you can perform actions, but are at +2 difficulty, and you can't move away from the guy. If he tries again, he gets another moderate. Then it upgrades to a full hold. That +2 difficulty does not apply if you're just making escape attempts, though.
Yeah.
But if you try to punch him to get him off of you, yeah, that's when you roll it. Alright, so he's got you in a grapple. He'll probably try to bite you again next turn. Let's see, that was the hunter. Oh yeah, Hearn still has to go. And he is going to run up and try to punch you. He knows you were trying to mar his face. He is going to return the favor, even though he knows when he's finished, no one will be able to tell the difference. As he rears back. I'm saying you're ugly in case you didn't catch that.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, they're being a little petty.
He
this
needs
time.
a smackdown.
And I'm at a -2 to that roll, right?
I believe that's only 2 actions. Oh wait, but did we figure out that dodging still counted as actions rather than
I imagine I would. Up, sure. Oh, so big and tall. Ah, it's about as high as you're gonna get, child.
Okay, I'm not seeing. No, that's reactions. So no, you do not have a minus to your reactions. You
Okay.
can roll those as full.
Setting it down.
Recluse uses
Woo!
knows his way around a summoning circle.
What? No, that's.
And then dodge. It's like you hit 2 buttons at once or something.
Okay.
Same dice roll
Luckily,
both times this
both
time, so it
rolled the
doesn't
same.
matter. So you dodge with a 16, which gives you a
I'd
free
rather-
counter strike. Because he rolled an 11, so. Or no? Hang on a second. Oh, I hadn't rolled yet, or it didn't take it when I clicked. Hang on a second.
Oh, okay.
I thought I had clicked the button. It's been doing that to me a lot. Usually when the sheet I'm clicking on is behind another sheet, all it does is bring it to the surface. It doesn't actually click the button.
Ooh.
Yes, you get that free lick. So that's an extra 8 points of damage. He only had 1 stamina left, so you lay him out cold.
Just like I think it's just like a quick little side kick with one of my legs. Right again at his face.
He wasn't taking into effect that you have extra legs down there now. I was watching the
And
one I
they're
was used to,
sharper,
and one of
too.
those other ones just came out from the side.
Pocket. Pocket. Pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Unison, you're up.
One of the two on with Recluse is going to book it for Ray. See if I can't get to him and heal him real quick.
Okay. Though he did take a moment to catch his breath. Or did he? Or did he just use the dazzle? I'm trying to remember.
I use the dazzle, and I use my. I basically said taking a breath to explain why I'm not flying anywhere. But I
Oh, I
haven't
got
healed,
you.
I haven't recovered.
Okay. So yes, he could probably use that healing then.
Yep. Tap him on the shoulder. Here's 6.
Alright, so you got 6
Thank you.
back, Ray. So that we should have Ray at a 7. And what are the other Unisi going to do?
Unit with Recluse will look at the big tough guy who's stretchy, and will attempt to mentally blast him.
All right.
On a 13.
That's for here. That's gonna. Ooh, that's not gonna be good. So he got a 7.
Okay, that's 2 points of damage, and then a 6 on a slam and a 7 on a stun. Which with his strength, I don't know if that.
Well, you were using the mental blast, weren't you?
Yes.
So with the mental blast, I'd roll his will, I'd be rolling his will, not his strength for those. That just seems reasonable.
Then there's a chance of a slam on a 6, stun on a 7.
All right, he got a 9 versus the slam.
No slam.
So he does not fall down prone. And he got a 9 on the slam. I mean, on the stun, excuse me.
All right. Neither one happened. He just takes 2 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, y'all been whittling on him some.
And then up in the air, if possible, the one of the copy unit will run up and physically grab the bike of Iceman.
Yvra. Look, it's pronounced. It's pronounced like it's spelled. Geimhreadh. Yvra.
I don't have a spreadsheet with these names on them. Anyway,
I literally had to put a pronunciation guide next to his name in this.
And I will attempt to telekinetically blast him while holding his bike. On a 10.
So you're trying to hold the equivalent of a flying motorcycle.
Well, we're both probably flying at the same speed.
But
I just want to be able to knock him unconscious and also get on the bike after he's unconscious.
Okay, I get it.
I'm not trying to do any kind of special stuff while holding the bike. It's just...
Right, so this is TK, so that's coordination.
Oof.
He gets out of the way.
All right. And second telekinetic blast on an 11.
But what about second blast? That's a major.
Right.
So there's a possible slam there too.
So
And that's 6 damage minus 3, so he takes 3.
And 11 on the slam.
And I'm going to say you auto slam him because he's unconscious now anyway. So he goes flying off the bike. Ugh. He's pinwheeling down towards the ground.
And my copy looks to Aurora. Would you like to ride the bike, or am I going to ride the bike?
Oh, we've got bikes like that at home.
All right, then.
And then she kind of looks like, should I catch you before he hits the ground?
Is he durable enough that it's not going to matter?
Eh. I mean, I could fall. It would. All right. She zips down. Grabs him like, 15 feet from the ground. arrests his downward motion, and then drops him.
All right.
She's confident a 15-foot drop's not going to do nothing to her.
My copy will sit on the bike. Rule of Conquerors. My bike now.
Aurora flies up and starts telling you what some of the buttons do. You know, the Aereo steeds use pretty similar controls. All the different models.
Just inside my head. I just keep stealing alien technology. My entire space station we stole from pirates. Now I'm stealing from murderers. It's a strange weird life I live.
All right.
Well, every piece of technology not in their hands is a piece of technology not being used for evil, so it's totally above board.
I mean, all your classic heroes had, trophy areas in their bases.
True.
I'm sure somebody was looking for Batman's dinosaur and giant penny. All right. Oh, Unison. The Unison that is with the infiltration team or on the defense team for the Mystics. The Mystics have been doing some magic in an alleyway. When they're done, they can confirm it is in the Palace Complex. Everybody moves over in that direction. I don't remember if they all actually fly or not. Yeah, no, John and Molly don't. Though Brain might be able to carry him. And it looks like this conclusion is going to go 2 episodes. So maybe this may be the penultimate episode. I knew that was a possibility, even with us getting on the ball as soon as we got started. So they're moving towards the Palace Complex. Hopefully, I've managed to pull enough forces away that they won't have any trouble getting in. We'll come back to them in a little bit. We'll find out. All right, we're back around to Independence Ray.
Okay. Let's see. I think I'm going to. It sounds like I'm going to stick with neutralizing Comet for now. Especially since Ahern's out of the fight, and Obelisk is still encased. Is that correct?
At the moment, yes.
Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to outmaneuver. I'm going to try to fly around and just try to outmaneuver the Comet. I might do stuff shout something at him and then, change position really quickly to kind of try to mask my actual location. And I would like this to be a maneuver test to give me a better shot at him next round. Because if he's as invulnerable as I remember him being, I'm going to need the extra kick if I want to take him out of the fight.
Okay.
Yeah, let's try that.
All right, so it sounds like you're trying to use. You said you're talking about verbal, so I would probably say that would be willpower, because you're trying to manipulate where he wants to go and stuff, but then moving.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's the case. Leadership will not apply because he does not recognize me as a leader in any shape.
Not in his current state.
I don't know.
No.
This is sure. I don't know if aerial combat is something I could try to. I know this is
That usually only applies to defensive stuff. But given that you part of fancy flying is part of what you're using, I will let it go this time.
Thank you. So I'll type that roll out. 1d6 plus 5 for my willpower plus 2 for my aerial combat. And I've got a 12.
All right.
And if this works, I want to use it to activate a quality to increase the damage of my blast. If I get that far.
So you beat him by 3. So that's 2 free tappings. I'm just gonna put it down as fancy flying. All right, so that was your action. Did the unison that flew over to help Ray do anything this round? Or was that this round?
The 6 points of healing.
Okay, that was this round. Okay, that's right. You started the round off. That's right. All right, Land Shark.
So, Obelisk is still hanging in there, right? We have not taken him out.
Yes, he is still conscious.
I am gonna clobber him again.
You're going to try.
Well, right. Sharks don't have poison, but they can pack a punch.
All right, give me a punch roll then. Oh, that's right. Zach, give a punch roll for Land Shark, please. All right, so that's a 5 plus Bruce's prowess of 5. So that's a 10 plus his boxing is an 11. Skyscraper got a 9. So it is a moderate success. So you land the blow, but you don't get a chance for a stun or a slam this go around.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Then it is the platypus's turn.
Get him, Platty.
Oh, is Land Shark no longer jealous of the platypus?
Oh, he's totally jealous.
Jealous, but a team player. I can respect that. Alright, so that's a 10 for the platypus. Ooh, and only a 6. Alright, the kick itself isn't going to do any damage because he's too tough. But then he makes a strength roll versus the platypus's affliction rank. He manages to resist the poison again. Then it's Obelisk's turn. And he is going to do something risky. Instead of trying to force his way out of the dirt, he shrinks down to normal size and just rolls out of the hole. Because a hole designed to hold somebody at growth 8 is not going to hold a normal person.
Right.
So he rolls out and he is free. Unfortunately, he can't activate his growth again until his next turn. So y'all will have one turn of him as a relatively normal dude. But he'd already failed to get out of that hole once, so he was definitely getting out. Let's see. Normally, a skyscraper would use its movement to try to run away at this point. But the obelisk version of him is a little more dedicated. Abandon a girlfriend? Sure. The Pharaoh? Never. Alright, so that's everybody in that theater. And y'all are hearing conflicts going on other places. Y'all are not the only ones. But in fact, did some of the unisons go to look at other people?
I've got them spread out amongst the groups, but
Okay.
I have not sent one to Landshark specifically because the only thing that he's fighting is skyscraper.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
he
so
doesn't need help.
the one that gets to the multiple dimensional man.
Yeah.
Let me check who was going after him. Okay, you can see where MDM and Hindsight's people have gotten into a similar area. And they are fighting 3 of those people dressed up the same way the ensigns were dressed up.
Ensigns, yeah. Okay.
And at this range, you're pretty certain these are some more of the ensigns family. So Hindsight and El Flamenco seem to be keeping one ensign busy. By which I mean El Flamenco is dancing to the side and demons are attacking the guy, the ensign.
Yes. As El Flamenco is wont to do.
Yes, that is how El Flamenco functions. He's
Also
really
neat that he is not being affected by the magic.
Maybe infernal powers function, resist the magic the same way divines do.
No, it's because the Pharaoh's a woman, isn't it?
That could be it too.
He's not allowed to even be mentally touched.
That could be it too.
El Flamenco, you hilarious man.
MDM is also keeping one busy. And there's somebody you don't recognize that is standing over the third ensign as the third ensign is basically kneeling on the ground, losing his lunch and the breakfast he had the day before. He is just there. He is just on his hands and he's retching into the street. As this other person just stares at him.
Oh, mentally induced vertigo. That's super fun. All right. Well, does anyone look hurt on our team?
Not so far, no.
Then
that
I'll
little crew
just-
looks like it's doing fine.
I'll just. Am I in range to pop a mental blast at one of the ensigns?
Sure.
I'll mentally blast the one that's fighting MDM.
You may roll.
Kerchow, 9.
He got a 10. He resists.
All right.
You can tell the 2 ensigns that are still fighting are completely unharmed. Well, I take that back. The one fighting the demons is maybe scratched up a little bit. MDM has not managed to hurt the one he's on. But he seems to be keeping him busy just fine.
MDM is not known for beating up superpowered people.
Yeah.
So-
That's not the power skill he usually functions with.
He's very much a street level guy. So
Then we get over to the Majestics and Steel and Nikki. trying to think. No, Houston wouldn't be aware of Technicky because she didn't pop up until he was already in space. Oh, but he left a
I've got investigation. I can make a roll.
Make a roll. See if the copy you left on Earth ever heard anything about it. She wasn't super famous or anything.
13 on investigate. Was she involved at all with... What was she involved with?
Technicky popped up during the Primes storyline. She was the armor-suited techie person.
You know what? This explains a lot why I investigated so much about it. I know her because I was digging into the Primes.
So yeah, the fact that he's calling her Nikki and the look of her armor, you're like, oh, I bet I know who that is. And she's like wanted in questioning with some fairly minor thefts, especially for somebody using that level of technology. And you know she was seen, the Primes were involved in at least one of those cases.
Oh well.
But no, the thing that really grabs your attention though when you arrive is two of the Majestics are down on the ground, and the other one is surrounded by Steel and Technicky. Something is clearly afoot. The comms are also jammed in this little area. Like this copy loses comm contact with everybody else. Obviously, you're still mentally connected with the other U's. But...
Yeah. The copy will obviously land and go, okay, what's going on?
Steel and Majestic 5, was it? It's like black, gold, and silver. I don't have the picture of him handy, but basically not the one that the Primes dealt with. He's the only one up. The female in the blue stealth armor and the kind of bigger, bulkier blue and silver guy, they're down. There's devices attached to their back. And when you go, okay, what's happening? Steel and the still conscious and Majestic both turn at the same time and go, he's betraying us. Or they're betraying us, gesturing to, the Majestic is gesturing to Nikki and Steel is gesturing to the Majestics.
There's not such a thing as an insight check in this game for me to try to figure
Be thinking about it. You can deal with this when your turn comes back around.
All right.
I just realized I had forgotten to have the people you had sent out actually relaying anything back. Then we are down to Recluse on the rooftop.
Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm still grappled by Stretchy Lizard Man.
Correct.
I'm going to give him a big hug, and I'm going to attempt a backflip off of the building with him facing the street as we fall.
Let's say that that's a wrestling roll on your part. You're not trying to break the hold, but part of being in the hold is you can't move away from the guy.
And that is strength or prowess.
You would roll your strength, and it's versus his... Wait, hang on. Let me double check that. No, this is your prowess versus his coordination or prowess, whichever he wants to use. Or whichever's the higher, but he's like you. It's the same either way. He does have wrestling. If you have wrestling, that would factor in as well. What was he? Yeah, I thought this was 7.
That's 12.
He got a 10. So y'all are still, he's still got a good grip on you, but he goes over the side with you.
This is what, a 2-3-story building?
Yes. It's not freakishly high, but it is, like you said, 3 stories or so.
Not gonna feel great, but probably not gonna kill either of us when we hit. No, let's see that little toe.
All right.
Octonauts? Sure.
How tall is a 3-story building? Scale-wise.
About 30 feet.
I was gonna say it's as tall as a fast helicopter.
No, we can't.
No,
we can't do that.
no.
Fast
Unfortunately,
helicopter
that
is a
doesn't work.
speed-only option.
Fast helicopter is a 5, which is 10 or 20 blocks, so I don't think that quite lines up right. Yeah, I don't think distance falling and the thing works out very well, because you could fall several city blocks and only be taking 4 damage. A normal person could potentially survive that. On the other hand, you're slamming into concrete or stone. So I'm gonna say
Goodness.
I'm gonna say that does 6 damage to him. And I'm gonna knock a point off for Recluse being on top. So Recluse takes a 5.
That'll work.
And Vahir takes the 6 minus 3 just for him being tough, so he takes another 3. He's still conscious. He's not looking good. Just before y'all hit, he's like, clever, very clever. Let's see. Then the huntsman,
my sweetest.
then the huntsman's going to shoot at you. So that's a 7, 8 with a skill. So you need to dodge a 12.
Barely scraped by with that.
Yep. But you got out of the way. So it flies past you, hits the street, and kind of skips into a sewer drain or into a storm drain. But you hear that shatter and the sound of the gas escaping.
So you know your boss almost hit you with that too, right? I was saying that to Fahir.
No, he's a better shot than that. He probably just missed you because he was being careful not to hit me.
It's a gas!
Oh, it's designed not to hurt regular folk.
Wow.
That's a present just for you. And then Vahir tries to bite you.
These guys are so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to dodge a 10.
Easily doable.
All this guy's appearances, he never gets to bite you.
I think he did manage to bite me that one in our first little tussle.
Did all your physical stats drop?
No.
Then
Never mind.
Then he probably didn't successfully bite you. He may have punched you. He may have hurt you.
Yes.
But no, he's got a venomous bite that drops all that nullifies any physical stat that you've got that's in the, above human normal category.
Ouch.
Yeah. So that's everybody in your combat. Which brings us around to the top of the order, and we're going to go ahead and wrap here.
As I'm about to have to deal with 4 separate situations.
But the infiltration team is in, the unit that's with the infiltration team. The mages are leading you in. As you're running through big open areas, it almost looks like as much a museum as anything. She's got all kinds of things gathered here. Works of art that some of them you recognize from being from other parts of the world that she clearly brought here recently, but also lots of ancient Egyptian stuff, but like in full restored glory. None of the statues have their noses broken off or anything like that.
It's okay.
But as you round the corner, a fist comes out of nowhere, connects with the Crucible's breastplate, sends him flying back. He immediately starts getting up. It's not like this took him out or anything. And a blonde man dressed in loincloth steps around the corner.
Oh yay, it's Muscle. Why is no one that wanted to fight Muscle here?
No. This is the infiltration team. This is the team with the mages. So you've got Dr. Brain and Geist and one of you.
We have Omniglot here. It'll be okay.
Unlike everybody else who has introduced themselves under an alternate name, his name is not different. He introduces, I'm Muscle the Muscle. I'm the Queen's or the Pharaoh's personal bodyguard. Don't worry, I'm just going to try to knock most of you out. She really wants to talk to you. And you can hear other footsteps running up. There's obviously other people in the area, just out of sight.
I see.
But Geist steps forward, tells Muscle how afraid he should be. Only to immediately make a kind of a whimpering sound and kind of stagger back like he was afraid. Muscle arcs an eyebrow. Oh, that worked. I don't like psychics much. And that is what we're at there.
Wait. This will be a winnable fight. There are J303s in the room.
Yeah, you did have multiple J303s. That is correct.
And Muscle doesn't work as well against robots.
Well, like I said, you heard he had other people running up. He had backup coming too. But next week we'll start up, and most of you should be wrapping up the outside fights another couple of rounds. And we'll see. You'll be getting round by round updates on how the inside fight's going. Hope y'all had fun today. I enjoyed it. Technical issues aside. Hope anybody that comes by and watches the replay later, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you'll join us again. We should be doing this again in 2 weeks. I don't think there's a holiday or anything that would interrupt us.
I don't think so.
April 2nd? March 2nd. No, we should be good. So again, I was your GM for the day, Jason, and with me has been Zach playing Recluse.
I hope you all had fun listening to us.
Mike playing Independence Ray.
Good night.
Taylor playing Unison.
See ya.
And Curtis playing Landshark.
Laters.
And we will see y'all next time.